Companion is the new comedic thriller by Drew Hancock. The logline is as follows. A billionaire's death sets off a chain of events for Iris and her friends during a weekend trip to his lakeside estate. This movie works best if you go into it as blind as you possibly can. So if you plan on seeing this movie, don't watch this review. I won't be spoiling anything outside of what we see in the trailers, but the trailers showed too much in my opinion. You've been warned. Click off if need be. I won't be offended. I wish the marketing department would have withheld the fact that Iris is a robot, because it is a really good twist in the film, and the filmmakers withhold that knowledge from you in the very beginning really well. But marketing aside, I quite enjoyed this movie. It tells an interesting story and has some great sequences, as Iris and other characters are playing this entertaining cat and mouse game, and there's a lot of good twists sprinkled throughout the movie, so it isn't just running off that original premise the entire runtime. Speaking of which, this movie has the perfect runtime. It was exactly as long as it needed to be. The performances in Companion are really strong, and Sophie Thatcher is of course the standout. Between this and last year's Heretic, I could definitely see her becoming the next big thing. Jack Quaid is great too. I didn't think he would fit the role at first, but he proved me wrong. I also dug the themes of this movie, and although they can be pretty on the nose for a lot of people, I thought they worked in the context of this film. It wasn't trying to be more complex or deeper than it actually was, and there was enough self-awareness by the filmmakers not to overdo it. I have a feeling another aspect that might not land for people was the comedy, but I enjoyed a majority of that also. But there are still a few qualms I have with this movie. The main one being that the narrative loses a lot of momentum going into the finale and results in a weak third act compared to the rest of the movie. Additionally, there were a few plot beats that didn't work for me and I thought were lazy, and one character in particular was super underdeveloped. But these problems weren't so bad that they ruined the film. So in conclusion, I really enjoyed Companion. It tells an intriguing story with some fun twists, interesting characters, and strong performances. It has some comedy and themes that might not land with everyone, but I thought they were well done. However, the film does lose some momentum going into the final act, and it has a few plot beats that were rushed, which held it back from being a great film for me. This is worth checking out, but I would try to go into it as blind as you can, as I think the marketing spoiled too much. 3.5 stars.